Hey everyone, today we continue our journey through the Star Wars High Republic comics by Marvel. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and go support the series by purchasing a copy of these comics. Chapter 4, Song of the Drengir. A derelict Hutt ship, a Nile incursion, missing colonists. The Starlight Jedi's hunt for answers leads them into a deadly trap set by the monstrous Drengir. Cut off from aid, Jedi Keeve Trennis, Marshal Avar Kriss, and Jedi Sarret must face this terrifying threat alone. But the Drengir now controls Jedi Master Sskeer. The first target of Drengir's Dark Harvest? His former apprentice, Keeve. Kermia, the Mid-Rim, 6 years ago. Keeve stands near the edge of a mountain, looking terrified across the valley. "I won't be able to make it," she says. Sskeer stands behind his Padawan. "You'll make it," he encourages her. "It's too far. I'll fall." "You will not fall. You need to visualize yourself landing on the other side, the ground beneath your feet." He always believed in me. Even when I didn't. She prepares herself, visualizing the jump, and takes off running towards the edge. Always knew what to say, the legendary Sskeer. She jumps, high above the valley below, and falls. "No!" she screams as she reaches toward the other side, failing to make the jump. Falling fast, ground approaching, and suddenly she stops midair just before hitting the rocks below. My master, always there to catch me when I fell, to put me back on track. "I'm sorry, Master," Keeve calls to Sskeer as he lifts her up. "Do not apologize, Padawan. There are no shortcuts on Light's path. We strive, we repeat, we succeed. Now, shall we try again?" He was my rock, my universe. How could it have gone so wrong? Sskeer stands below them, lightsaber ignited. Sarret, Avar, Keeve, and Bartol are all hanging from the ceiling, wrapped in the Drengir's vines. Avar begs, "Sskeer, what are you doing? Release us." Sskeer looks up to Avar. "The Drengir must feed, Marshal. We must feed." "Listen to yourself," Avar answers. "People are going missing on this planet, the people you promised to protect as a Jedi, before you allowed yourself to be corrupted. Is this why you cut yourself from the Force, Sskeer?" "You talk too much. You will be silenced," Sskeer says as a Drengir vine crawls over Avar's mouth, muffling her pleas to Sskeer. "Avar Kriss, always so convinced that the galaxy dances to your tune. You say you wanted to understand. Then for once you must listen. Listen to the song of the Drengir." Once, the Drengir spread across the galaxy, feasting on flesh and bone wherever it was found. The harvest was abundant. The harvest was plentiful. Others saw our power and reaped alongside us, working together for the greatest gain. But nothing lasts forever. Soon they betrayed us, as was their nature. Soon they paid the price. Fearing what they could not kill, they plotted against us. They trapped the first of us within their totems, forcing her to sleep. And while the great progenitor slept, we slept also beneath the ground, until travelers stumbled upon the progenitor, waking her from her slumber, waking us all. Starlight Beacon. Archivist Orbalin continues to work on the autopsy of the murdered Hutt. The Hutt endured great trauma at the hands of the Nile. Its demise was not the result of the injuries, nor Negnal poisoning for that matter. Instead, its entire system was infected. Maru questions how this could be. "Do not concern yourself. Ro, Canteros, and I are following strict quarantine procedures," Orbalin finishes. Imri, Canteros, and Vernestra Ro continue their work. Imri complains about the disgusting work. How did these things get into the Hutt's veins? Orbalin educates them. They appear to be part of a root system, the likes of which I've never encountered. Imri hears a creaking noise from inside the Hutt. "Our Hutt! It's alive!" The rustling continues from inside the belly of the Hutt. Vernestra is in disbelief. "That's impossible. It can't be." Orbalin corrects them. "It's not. The cadaver is infested." Just as Maru questions what is going on, the Hutt explodes, tentacles and vines bursting out of the corpse. Vernestra, Imri, and Orbalin jump back from the emerging beast. I believe our quarantine measures are about to be tested to the limits. Kiev, wrapped in the Drengir's vines, calls to Skier, pleading with him to come back to them. The Drengir have made me whole. Your real arm will grow back in time. Whatever is hurting you, we can work it out together. There are no shortcuts on Light's path. Do you remember? That's what you taught me. That's what I still believe. Why I still believe in you. Sarah is doubtful. It's hopeless, Kiev Trennis. We have seen the reaping. The Drengir survive come what may. Master Skier is already lost, as are we all. The Drengir's viney tentacles grow further, entering the mouths and nostrils of the captured Jedi. Feed, feed, feed. Master, Kiev strains to call to him, please, whatever happened, whatever they've promised you, you don't need to do this. Skier turns his head, looking down at his arm or vines. That's just it, my forever apprentice. I did need to do it, to understand the true nature of these beings. And to understand their weaknesses, he exclaims as he extends his arm upwards, using the force to send the Drengir through the ceiling of the cavern, releasing their victims. The beast flies up through the ground, screaming in pain. Avar climbs out of the vines, coughing. She calls to Skier. Forgive me, Marshal. I thought I was strong enough, but they almost overwhelmed me. Kiev comforts her. No, you were stronger. The Force is stronger. Skier responds. The Force, Kiev. There is much I need to tell you. These past few weeks, since the Battle of Kur, Avar interrupts. I'm glad you are back with us, Master Skier, but your confessional will have to wait. They still have the boy. The group of Jedi bursts through the ground, ready to defeat the Drengir and rescue Bartol. Skier strikes first, slicing with his lightsaber but screaming in pain. You're still connected to them. We need to get those vines out of you, Kiev explains. No, they are part of me now, and I am part of them, Skier says as he extends his arm of vines upward, holding the Drengir in place with the Force. Now, Kiev, while they cannot move. No, the harvest must be ours, the Drengir cries. Kiev slashes the beast with her lightsaber. Taking life is always the last resort for a Jedi, but the dark side must be pushed back wherever it is found. Cal punches the male Rodians. What did I tell you? Are you listening to me? The female Rodian pleads with him. Please, Cal, we meant no harm. No harm? You blabbed to the Jedi, and now they're sticking their noses where they don't belong. You know the rules. You know how this works. He clenches his fist to strike him again. And now you're going to pay the price. The door blasts open. What the? Avar steps through the doorway. Cal Solman, we need a word. He attempts to escape. I've got nothing to say to you, he calls back to her over his shoulder. Skier and Kiev enter through the back door. It wasn't a request, Skier growls. Cal stops and faces Skier. Star's End, what happened to you? As if you don't know, this is why you didn't want us on your Force-forsaken world, isn't it? You knew the Drengir had taken root. Skier lifts Cal with the Force and slams him hard into the ceiling. Tell us the truth, he screams. Master, remember who you are. The Force is with you. We are with you. Kiev reminds him not to give in to the dark. Maru calls to Avar on her comlink. This is Chris. Can this wait, Maru? We're dealing with a situation. As are we, Marshal, he responds. Starlight is under attack. He jumps out of the way of an attacking vine. The Drengir towers over them. Feed, feed, feed. Kiev looks out the doorway as she hears a loud rumble. Druck, she curses. Marshal. We have company. A large vessel comes down from the sky, spotlights shining down onto the settlement. People of Sedri Minor, we have come to deliver you from tyranny in accordance with our bargain, a voice came from the ship. Bargain? What are they talking about? Avar asks Cal. I still don't know what a Drengir is, but boy, are you about to get a lesson in real power. The ship lands with a boom. Ignite your saber, Kiev, Skier tells his former Padawan. Are we expecting a fight? She asks. You could say that, he growls. An armored Hutt, accompanied by 2 Rancors, bursts from the ship with a roar. Rejoice, wretched creatures! Your planet is now the property of the glorious Hutt cartel. Please be sure to like this video and let us know in the comments if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to follow along as we review the next issues of the High Republic comics. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.